GDP data comes out on Friday, what assumptions do you have of China's growth pace this year, and which commodities will benefit most from it?
I think when I look at the GDP numbers, I think that coming around that 7.8 is I think where the market really wants. Remember, I think China's expansion has to have a rate of close to that 7.5, 7.8 in order to placate the expansion and of course the population. So I think we will see it come in at around that clip. I think it'll be very supportive, and I think I'd certainly be disappointed if it came anywhere below. Because early indications are that the economy is recovering, and I think the markets are certainly looking for those expectations to be fulfilled. I guess as a result of that, we look to the forms of stimulus programs which they're putting in play, and they've already echoed to the market exactly what they're trying to achieve. So when I look at that, it's got to be that demand for infrastructure materials. So I got to look at the iron ore as continued demand. And remember, we're coming up to a round of price negotiations there, so we're going to be keenly watching what happens there. And also copper, because when I look at the copper market, and in the absence of, I guess, a global economy slowing, we will go very quickly, I think, into a deficit in terms of supply. So I think that deficit, that supply issues for copper, I think will be a major concern for the metal, and as a result of that, I'll see it trading higher.
Where do you see gold prices headed in 2013?
I think we're in a range for gold prices. I would like to see them test through that 1750 and maybe up through that 1850 level. But I think it'll come in around that $2. At the moment, we're seeing gold, I think, pretty much happy to be in a range. Perhaps we'll test the top side, but I don't see gold really taking off this quarter.
When will China outpace India as the world's biggest consumer of gold?
Yeah, I think when you look at between India and China as to who will tops the consumption, look, I think it's going to be sometime this year. We already saw little glimmers of it last couple of quarters where they're certainly catching up. And I think if we start to get this expansion program, maybe linked with a little bit more of that inflationary fears, which we saw a little while ago in China, you'll probably see people sort of invest in the precious metal. So it's not going to be too long, but I think China will overtake India.